Welcome back. And now we answer questions we've received from you, our viewers. If you have a question, visit our website, QuranSpeaks.com. Dr. Shabir, the question is a nice one. It says, what's something you wish more people understood about Islam?
Yeah, it's hard to put everything in such a nutshell, right? But I would say, Sophia, that Islam is the natural response of a human being to our Creator. The rest is all commentary. So what do we mean by this, the natural response of a human being to our Creator? The word Islam actually means submission. And from this word submission in Arabic, it's based on a three-letter Arabic root word, Sin, Lam, and Mim, or SLM. From that SLM, we get many varied words. Salam, for example, which means peace. And we can tie the two together by saying that by having this close connection and natural response to our Creator, we are at peace with ourselves, we're at peace with our family, we're at peace with our neighbors, we're at peace with our societies, we're at peace within our countries, we're at peace within the world. We're even at peace with the rest of God's creatures, whether they be animals on the earth, fish in the ocean, birds in the sky, or even alien entities and other stars and planets and galaxies. The idea is that we as human beings need to be connected with our Creator who created us. And the way to be connected with our Creator is through submission. Whereas on the other hand, there is the action of Satan, who rebelled against God, and he refused to submit to God's command. So we should be submitted to God's command. If we understand this, then Islam would not anymore seem to be something strange. Sometimes we look at the religion as it is practiced by Muslims, especially in some predominantly Muslim countries, and one would think, okay, if that's Islam, I don't want it. But the problem is that may not be all Islam. It may have some core Islamic components. But the submission to God may be reflected in the fact that people pray, very often in those countries and so on. But some aspects of their lives may be based on cultural accretions from many generations, some pre-Quranic, from thousands of years before even Islam came to be known as the religion as we know it now. So when we think of Islam, I want people to think not of the way that what is called Islam is practiced in the world today, but to think of one's own relationship with our Creator. Now, that relationship that is called submission is reflected in the life of Abraham. In the book of Genesis, Abraham fell on his face before God. So he was submitting. By falling on one's face, one is doing the ultimate act of submission. It's almost as if one falls before a conqueror and says, okay, I'm ready before you. You can cut my head off if you want, but because I'm here before you. But of course, you're going to spare me because I've come to you as a truce. I come to you with waving a white flag. So we used to come to God waving that white flag. And the best way to do that in the Islamic tradition is to fall on one's face on the floor. Jesus, on whom be peace, in the Gospels, in the Gospel of Matthew in particular, chapter 26, verse 39, he fell on his face. And he prayed when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. So he too was a submitter to God. And in fact, during that period, he is known to have said in his prayer, not my will, but yours be done. So he was submitting. He was placing his will subordinate to that of God, saying that your will be done. So if people had this idea, let us submit our wills and subordinate those to the will of God, then the world would be in a much better state than it is now. People would want to know, where do I find the commandment of God? And for Muslims, the commandment of God is found today in the Quran. This is the last testament from God after he had previously revealed books which are now in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Now, God has seen it fit to give us his final testament. This is a revelation from the Almighty God, giving us, in summary form, all of the good things which were there in the previous dispensations in the Old Testament and the New Testament and other revelations given to God's messengers and prophets in many different times and climes. And now we have the will of God expressed in his final testament, the Quran. So start with the idea of submitting to God, to our Creator. And to me, that is the whole essence of it. That is it in a nutshell. So if I'm to describe it while standing on one foot, that is Islam.
Beautifully said. Thank you, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muslim Media Hub, the new home of Let the Quran Speak.
Here we spread positivity and good. We help people experience the beauty of Islam and help them appreciate and understand Muslims.
This beautiful building we purchased at cost $2.3 million.
Yeah, we've already raised a third of that money, and with your help, inshallah, we can pay off the rest.
So we're looking for people who can give $1,000 each. If you can be part of the select group, that's amazing.
Otherwise, just please give whatever you can. Every dollar counts.
It's our collective responsibility to share the message of Islam with our fellow human beings. Please help us continue this good work.
It's a sadaqah jariyah, something that will continue to be a benefit to the Muslim community long after Safiya and I are gone.
Please support our work at muslimmediahub.com.
Your support is zakat eligible and tax deductible.
May Allah bless you and your loved ones today and always. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.